Now, today in the US, the Electoral College is set to make President-elect Donald Trump's victory official. Trump's future chief of staff, though, has said in an interview that the Democrats do need to accept the result and not to continue to look for someone to blame.
I mean, this whole thing is a spin job, and I think what the Democrats ought to do is look in the mirror and face the reality that they lost the election. They can't believe it. And what is their response? Recounts, Russians, leaked CIA reports.
But the blame game does continue, as it seems there's no shortage of excuses for Clinton's defeat.
Vladimir Putin was personally involved in the Russian attempt to disrupt the U.S. election.
There's no question that Russia has a very robust system of putting out fake news and other types of propaganda.
Russian hackers tried to influence the presidential election to help Donald Trump.
Russian hacking, the email scandal that has been shadowing her for 16 months.
Russian hackers.
Yes, it's obvious.
FBI Director James Comey is facing criticism for reopening the investigation into Hillary Clinton's emails days before the election.
The Electoral College is a vestige. It's a carryover from an earlier vision of how our federal government was going to work.
The Electoral College is an outdated, undemocratic system that does not reflect our modern society.
Well, claims of interference and anger at Trump's victory have led almost 5 million people to sign a petition for electors to ignore how their state voted and cast their ballot for Clinton. Others have proposed voting for a different Republican candidate in a protest vote. Votes were even recounted too in a number of states in the hope of changing the election result. Today's electoral vote has long been considered, though, a formality, but with post-election controversies, the process has been pulled into the spotlight.
Every 4 years, the people of America elect the president. Well, they don't, not directly. They are electing the electors, and the electors vote for the president. This happens in every US state. The system has been up and running for more than 2 centuries now. The more people live in a state, the more electors they have. So you just have to choose the elector which is pledging for the candidate you like best. If the majority in your state votes for the elector supporting a different candidate, that would mean your state supports him or her to become president. To get into the White House, candidates need the electors to support them. At least half is enough. That's 270 people, a challenging system. Before 2016, there'd been 4 separate occasions when candidates won the presidency without winning the popular vote. They were John Quincy Adams in 1824, Rutherford B. Hayes in 1876, Benjamin Harrison in 1888, and more recently, George W. Bush in 2000. Still, it's taken Donald Trump's victory without the popular vote to hear the loudest calls to reform or even scrap the 2 centuries-old system. So, a flawed electoral system, or simply a case of sore losers?
The Democrats are trying to point the finger at Russia. They're trying to point the finger at the Electoral College. They're pointing the finger anywhere that they can besides themselves. They ran a very unpopular candidate, Hillary Clinton, one of the most unpopular candidates of all times. So many of the Bernie supporters became dispirited after Bernie endorsed Hillary Clinton himself, and a lot of them didn't even participate in the election. So the Democrats are scrambling once again for an excuse.
You're watching RT International. Still to come for you this hour. Iran is accusing Washington of breaking last year's nuclear deal. We'll have a look at that in detail in a couple of minutes.